almost 2 a.m. We have not eaten dinner.
And there's no Ubers here.
Feel alive, wishing time would drift so slowly. In and out of loving you, my thoughts are tangled up inside. I know I told myself to take a hold, never let you go so long, cause I could be the one to fold. So here I'm hanging on, and some might be wrong. I am gonna need you to tell me, baby, we are done. Tell me, baby, we are done. Tell me, baby, we are done.
Okay, day one.
We're done.
Low-key, thank God for makeup, because thank God.
It's like 4 hours of sleep?
Yeah, not even, maybe like 3 hours of sleep, and we were able to look somewhat decent, so thank God for makeup. Well, here we go. We have 10 minutes to
Go eat breakfast.
Let's do this.
See the life is so much more.
We just checked in to our conference. Behind you is going to be our booth, and we're going to go into our first panel today. And then during the break times, we get to set up our booth.
You got me. You got me.
The nicest quality sombrero I have ever seen in my life.
Repeat, I'm getting hypnotized. You are the only one who's on my mind. Yeah, I will find you when I close my eyes. You got me.
Yay!
That was it!
So we just listened into our KPBS radio interview that we had. It was about 6 minutes long, I think.
So yeah, it was long.
So that was super exciting.
We can fly, we can hide in the sky. We can dance, we can dive, we can light up the night.
Hey, how's it going? Good to see you.
Hi, Rianne. Nice to meet you.
Good to see you. Hey! Hi, I'm Christian.
Hi, Christian. Nice to see you. So, how's it going?
Innovation winner.
Yay!
That's great. Well, I can't wait to find out more.
Cool.
You got me.
This is Ernesto. He is a finalist from Mexico. It's beautiful.
There's Christian Krugman, who's 25 years old, and Rayanne Mustafa, 21 years. Come on up, come on up. Here they both are from San Diego State University, San Diego in the U.S. So they are using items that they are thrown away at restaurants. And it's actually an interesting story. I mean, you probably do. Do you want to tell your story? Because you told me on the boat. Why don't you tell me? I think, look, you're going to do a better job explaining your idea. It's a really great idea.
Yeah, so Rayanne and I both work in the restaurant industry, and we became frustrated every night with seeing large amounts of surplus food that just happens when you're a large-scale restaurant. So what we decided to do was actually go forth and bridge the gap between that food waste and the food insecure individual. So one day Rayanne, actually walking down this like serendipity moment, she walked down a protein aisle in Sprouts Farmers Market and looked to the back of it, being a nutrition major, and looked and was like, dehydrated rice, dehydrated quinoa, kale, carrots, celery, and she's like, these are all the items between the surplus grains and then also all of our juice pulp that we make at our juice bar. She's like, this is all the stuff that's in the trash. We can't just like let this be thrown away. So she came to me and she's like, we have to do something about it. So with the Innovation Entrepreneur Program here at San Diego State, we applied our idea and then learned about this amazing challenge and submitted it. And here we are making a protein product from the food waste and then doing a one-to-one model. So every one we purchase or sell will also still bridge that gap by donating one to a food shelter or food insecure individual. Thank you.
What was really amazing about this, and it actually made me feel excited about this competition, because Christian, you said that this actually makes a difference. That this actually really motivated you, that $5,000 will help, and that now you feel like you're really on your way. And I think that this is what we need to be doing. We need to be supporting young people. It's not leaders of tomorrow. You're leaders of today doing things, and you understand, that not only is it good to help, in terms of the environment, but also doing something that is also socially good, helping others in need. So a great story. I want to thank you very much.
Fucked up ways that blind my faith. Your silent gaze. Your silent gaze.
Ray, what are we doing?
It's like 11 p.m. I'm so hungry.
We've made it to the promised land.
We finally found there's nothing in this town, but we found a Subway, so here we are.
Rayanne and her natural habitat.
So amazing.
Untold. Hear me howling out, my friends. Pick me up before.
We're like more cautionary than anything, just because we want to make sure our partnerships are honestly, without the partnership, without the restaurants, our business isn't viable.
Is it what you're looking for? Flower child, you're born to run, following the western sun. And when you find a place you're looking for, maybe you will finally settle down.
I'm recording the recording. Recording the interview. Hi,
Rayanne, you look great. Picture perfect. We're finishing up the setup. We're gonna do our interview with the CEC. Butter. And to keep the same height, I've got shoes. Ray does it.
So we wanted to be the same height, so I had to take off my shoes.
Little tips and tricks. All Ray's idea.
40% of all food produced gets wasted, which is equivalent to $162 billion worth of food.
Typically, we're focusing on the grains and the greens. So your brown rices, your quinoa, your barley, and then all of that juice pulp that you get from juice bars. So together, you have a superfood product, your greens and your grains.
First, much of that food waste gets sent to landfills and produces methane gas, which is 25 times worse than carbon dioxide.
I mean, aside from the reward, above all, the mentorship, the love, and genuine support is the most value. So thank you so much, really. Thank you.